So I've been talking about Trump in a few of my videos lately. Um, I'm kind of like, well, I'm not saying I'm a standalone, but I hear a lot of black people talk about, they give him some accolades. He's getting ready to drain the swamp. He's getting ready to do this for America. He's getting ready to do that and get rid of this and stuff like that. And he ain't no racist. I was talking to a young lady the other day, and she said, and we were talking about Trump. He was supposedly in New Orleans for the Super Bowl, and she said, he, she had the same thing to say. He's doing a lot, and he's blah blah this and blase that, and then she said he's not racist. People say he's racist, but I know he ain't racist because, that lady on that show that he was on, Amorosa. Well, that was his mistress, so he can't be racist. He's sleeping, and I didn't say nothing to her, but in my mind, I was wondering why it's hard to believe that a racist, genocidal maniac would not sleep with a black woman. It's just, that doesn't mean that don't mean nothing. You can just separate sex from everything else, okay? Sex is very primitive. Just to be honest, it's a very primitive act, okay? Very natural and very primitive, okay? You don't need any common sense or any intellect to engage in sexual activity. So it's just weird to me that you think that a man is somebody's not racist just because they will sleep with you. They'll copulate with you. But, that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong because, or whatever. But recently, Trump has been talking about sending America to ElSalvador's prisons. Prisoners in America, sending them to El Salvador to be in prison. As if he's saying that that's going to be America's penal colony. Okay, so I heard about it a few weeks ago, and then I'm hearing about it more. People are talking about it more because he's been mentioning it a lot more. Sending American prisoners to another country to be in prison over there is unconstitutional. It is definitely against the law, and it's in that respect, doing something like that would not be an easy feat to undertake. So he wants to send American prisoners to El Salvador to the infamous terrorism confinement center built to house over 40,000 people now. 40,000 people, okay? This is in El Salvador. And they said that right now is already overcrowded. And there are reports being made of torture by the prison guards. All right. So there is well, he's not a president. I say he's a dictator. His name is Bukele. Please forgive me for messing up this man's name. All right. So he's in absolute power as a dictator in El Salvador. And he supposedly gave Trump his blessings for, to send American prisoners to this infamous camp called the Terrorism Confinement Center, and I'm sure for a fee. So in other words, he's willing to allow Trump to turn his country into a penal colony. So I don't know. I think, what is Trump's lineage? Is he English? I don't know what the hell he is. He's a foreigner himself. His wife is a foreigner. as far as penal colonies go, America was a penal colony for the colonists, or you can call them Puritans or whatever. They don't like to admit it. You have to really dig for this information, but they sent the worst of Europe over here to the Americas. They sent their prostitutes, the mentally ill, the religious zealots, the rapists, the murderers, the drug addicts. They sent them here. They emptied their jails in Europe, and they sent them here. They did the same thing to Australia. Okay? So penal colony is not a new idea, because America was first a penal colony for the European lower classes that that the people no longer wanted to be bothered with. Their jails were full and overflowing. They needed a place to send them to, so they sent them here. So don't let nobody tell you any different. All right. So again, nothing legal is about this proposal that this man keeps bringing up, and it's very definitely unconstitutional. But a lot of things that are quote unquote unconstitutional have been happening as of late. People have been challenging Lord have mercy, I don't know why I'm stuttering on that word, but what people consider constitutional can be challenged. Basically, that's what I'm saying. It can be challenged. So my thing is, and there was another YouTuber, SETI, who brought it up, and I was thinking the same thing when I first heard the man talking about sending American prisoners over there to El Salvador, lying, talking about we don't have enough room for our prisons. That's a lie. Number one. Number two, why don't you stop putting people in jail for 5 years or 10 years or 25 years for having a bag of weed? If you would stop doing that, then we wouldn't have this problem. But what SETI was saying and what I was thinking is that what I know, I'm going to be arrogant and say I know that is just another avenue for him to deport these people, black people, in these prisons, okay? Because as of now, we are undeportable. They can't deport us anywhere, but that's like a common loophole that they could use to deport our people. And this is what he was talking about and said he was talking about in his video. And I believe that could be the case also, because it's just not making any sense. You're going to send them way to El Salvador? Why not Mexico if you want to send them somewhere? Why not Canada? Why even drum up something in your mind to do something like that? It doesn't make any sense at all. So there's got to be something underhanded that that Trump is trying to do. It's very mischievous. It's very evil. Okay, so like I said, he was saying he just found a loophole to deport our people to another country, and you know that was it the 13th Constitution was a loophole to keep slavery in the states, saying that if you if you went to jail, you could legally be enslaved. Yes, legally you can be enslaved. So they never really got through or got rid of slavery. They just made the penal system a form of slavery. So that is very deep, how SETI talked about it, and it was already In my mind, it was the first thing that came to my mind. Well, really, to be honest, when he said sending Americans to El Salvador to be in this prison right here, that I just mentioned, that what they said, the infamous terrorism confinement center. Wow. I didn't think that he was talking about Americans. I thought he was talking about people who had become foreigners, who had become Americans and committed crimes and were prosecuted, sending them there. No, he's talking about Americans, them, and anybody else. You commit certain crimes, he wants to literally deport you. So this man is trying to create, this man that so many of our people are saying he ain't racist, he's this and that. I voted for Trump and all that. And here he is creating a loophole that he can use to deport your black ass. And you know good and well that it might start off with, a bunch of different races. If it were to become legal, they would start off with a whole bunch of different races, sending them off, deporting them to El Salvador, making El Salvador a penal colony for America. But eventually, it's going to end up sitting right in our people's laps. So I wish people would just open up their eyes and just be realistic and just see things for what they are. I just know that you want somebody in power to be fair to you for just once and have your best interest, our people's best interest at heart, just once, just for once, without us trying to force or having to have to force their hands. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. Trump is not our man. It's not your man, not for you. He doesn't have anything. He has no intentions of helping our people in any shape, form, or fashion. Never did, ain't, and never will. Okay, so that's my opinion on this old weird, crazy man talking about sending Americans to go to jail in El Salvador. Thank you for yet again watching another video of mine. Please like and share and subscribe. Please support the channel. I need your support. Good night.